This is part 3 of how to play bridge. In this video, we're going to talk about trick taking, both trump and no trump. Hey everybody, it's me, and I have to start by making a huge announcement. I'm putting together a course where you can learn it step by step by step and have private one-on-one time with me. Look, I've got all these books here. I'm like you, like I've got all the bridge books. I've read them all. I totally get it. They're confusing. What you really need, and this is what I needed to learn, was somebody who would just teach me like I'm a kindergartner, treat me like I know nothing, and just really, really break it down. What I offer is the simplest step by step by step by step. If you've seen the other two bridge videos, you know that I'll just really break it down to make it clear. That's what my course is. So I'll put the link to the course into the description. I teach the etiquette of what it's like to be at a bridge club, what it's like to be in a tournament, how to find a partner, work with a partner, how to be online, all the different conventions that are relevant to know. But I get you there. I get you good, and I handhold you with no judgment. Okay, enough about me. Let's get into the lesson. Now, this is lesson 3. Lesson 1 was an overview of what is bridge. Lesson 2, we broke down looking at your hand and understanding how to evaluate your hand. In this lesson, we're going to talk about trick taking. If you saw my first video and you know, well, trick taking doesn't come until you've done the bidding, you're right. But the reason I'm going to skip the bidding is because I don't think that it's really truly helpful to talk about bidding and how you want to bid a contract until you really can look at your hand and go, well, how many tricks can I win? So I think we need to focus just on trick taking. So this video is going to talk about trick taking in general, as well as no trumps and trumps. Like most people in America, we all fall into two camps, trump or no trump. If you know how trick taking works, you could probably skip this and just get to the next section where we start to talk about trump and no trump trick taking. I'm sitting at a table here. I've actually turned everybody's cards up. The way trick taking works is one person leads with a card and everybody at that table must follow suit, meaning they must lay a card of the same suit down. And after everybody has laid down a card, the person who laid down the highest card of that suit wins that trick. It's that simple. And there's the second benefit, which is not only did they win the trick, but they get to lead the next trick by laying out the card that is the suit, then that everybody must follow. So that's a pretty good thing to have. It keeps you in control of the game because everyone has to follow your lead. So in this example here, the East just laid out one of their hearts. They'd laid out a 6 of hearts. It now goes in a clockwise motion that everybody must follow suit. If they don't have it, they can lay down another card, but it's essentially throwing away a card. It's a losing card. So if East has led with the 6, it is now South's turn. South has to follow suit. Since this is a 6 of heart, I have to lay it down. And now it's West's turn. He needs to lay down, and he has hearts. He must lay down a heart. Now, he has 4 here. He can pick any one he wants. And obviously, since the person with the highest wins, most likely, he's going to lay his highest one down. And now, North is playing. They have 2 hearts. They must follow suit, so they will lay one of their suits down. So there you go. West wins the first trick because the lead suit was a heart, and everyone had to follow suit, and he had the highest. So West wins that first trick, and West now gets to lead the next suit. Here are my 13 cards. I have a partner. My partner is sitting across from me, and this is his 13 cards. Now, they're face up because, as I talked about in the first lesson, you've won the contract, and you're playing tricks. You don't just play yours. Your partner actually is called the dummy, meaning he has to lay his cards open on the table, and he doesn't play. you, the person who won the contract, let's just say, who's called the declarer, you're going to be playing both. In this exercise, we're going to start to talk about no trump. The best way really to count your tricks, to know how many tricks you're going to take, is to look at your hand and say, the highest card's going to win. If you're spades, an ace of spades is always going to win. And after that, if there's a king of spade, then the king of spade will win. And after that, the queen of spades, and so forth. So you can look at your hand and you can say, I have an ace of spades, that's 1 guaranteed win. I have an ace of hearts, that's 2 guaranteed wins. But this is where bridge gets different. Because you're playing both sides, your hand and your partner's hand, the psychology, and in my course I go through this much more clearly in more detail, is you want to start thinking, how do I sometimes let myself win so that I get to lead in the next suit? And sometimes maybe, since I'm playing both hands, remember, I'm going to let my dummy hand win, and so that they lead in the next suit. So for example, the ace of spades is a winning trick. If I do this properly, I could get this king of spades to be a winning trick. And so that's 2 tricks. And over here, I could get this ace of hearts to be a winning trick. That's 3. Maybe I can get this queen of hearts to win, but there's a king out there somewhere. We'll talk about how that would happen, but maybe that's a trick, but it's not a guaranteed trick. Here is an ace. That's a guaranteed trick of clubs. And then a king of clubs right behind it, so that's a guaranteed trick as well. That's now 5 guaranteed tricks playing this no trump. And over here we have a king of diamonds and a queen of diamonds and a jack of diamonds. And over here's a 10, 9, 8 of diamonds. All great. But without the ace, we're definitely going to probably lose a trick. This is why I don't want to get to the bidding, because really, if you can look at the hands, you can kind of start to get a sense of how many tricks can I win. Now, guaranteed tricks, like I said, I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guaranteed. But as I talk about in my course, there's other finesses that we're going to learn that we'll see how we could get, say, that partner to drop his ace so that we can make these winners. Or we can get the partner to maybe drop a king so that we can make that queen a winner. And instead of just saying we can win 5, well, we really could start to win quite a few. And again, this is all no trump. We're going to go 1 no trump, which means that we need to win 6 plus 1, or 7 tricks. But I want you to see how the flow of the game goes to win the tricks. So West leaded, and he threw out a queen of spades. Very nice. Now remember, this is the dummy hand. I'm playing the dummy hand, and I'm playing this hand. And in my course, talk about how you need to make a plan, literally, of the order of tricks that you want to take. But the headline of this really is, since we're not going to dive that deep right now, is it's a little bit of a race. Just try to get your winners first. So he's got a queen, but we know we could beat it with that king. We could also beat it with that ace, but we have to follow suit. How about we win it with our king? They throw out the 4, and we've won it because our dummy hand has won it. So we don't want to play and throw away our high cards now. Now that we know that we've won this trick, we might as well play our lowest card. And now our dummy hand has won that trick. So now our dummy hand gets to go next. Well, let's see. What if the dummy hand then threw out another spade? And now they've thrown it out, but now we have that highest card. We have that ace. Now we can use it, and South, or our hand, is going to win. By the way, remember when I said you have to follow suit? Well, notice that the West robot didn't. What does that tell you? It tells you he ran out of spades. I've also told you that one of the things about bridge is in memorization. And you saw the king get played, and you saw the ace get played, both by me. But if you recall in the first round, that West played that queen of spades. So the next highest card that's available would be a jack, and I happen to have that jack. So if I play this jack, there's no reason we should lose. We know he doesn't have any more spades, so he's just throwing away low cards. And I have one last spade to play, and he threw that away. If you've also been paying attention, you probably noticed that the 10 of spades hasn't been played, so I wouldn't want to play that 9 of spades because it's going to lose. So let's do this. Let's move to another suit. We have this ace, which we know is a guaranteed winner. Let's play it. Everyone has to follow along with their hearts, and we know we've won it. We don't have to play a high queen of hearts or anything. We can play our lowest heart, and everyone's thrown out the lowest heart. I don't think I should play another heart, because if I play that 4, everyone's going to play higher. The highest thing my dummy could play on this side, I could play the queen, but have we seen the king of hearts yet? No, so we would lose. So let's skip that one for a while. Let's move on to the clubs. Now we have an ace and king, 2 big winners up here in clubs. So since I won in the south with my ace of hearts, I get to lead with the south. And since I know I'm controlling both sides, why don't I start with, say, my lowest one here? And now I know that I'm going to win it with my ace of clubs because it's the highest club. I've won that. And because I know that I have the king and the ace has been played now, this king is absolutely going to win. It's the highest club. And everyone follows suit if they have it. I don't have any more clubs up there, and there is this jack down here, but we never saw the queen of clubs. This is where memorizing the cards comes through. So even if I was able to play, say, a lead on the south right now, playing that jack would be a loss. And just so we're clear now, we are playing 1 no trump with just 7 wins, and we've already won 6 wins. We only need 1 more win at this point. Let's move on to the diamonds. Now, we don't have that ace of diamonds. So the problem we're going to run into is that whatever we play, we're going to probably lose to the robots on the east and west because one of them will probably play the ace. And once the ace has been played, though, I know my king is a winner and my queen is a winner and my jack is a winner. And actually, so would my 10, my 9, and my 8. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to play a diamond and take a loss and then hope that we get a diamond opportunity to get it back. Now, this is a risk, and this is the game of bridge because they're sitting on better spades. We know that already. They're sitting on better hearts. We know that already. They're sitting on better clubs. We know that already. As soon as we lose this diamond, they'll probably just go run the table on all these other suits, and we're going to have to cross our fingers that we'll get a chance to get at least 1 trick out of all of this so that we get that 7th trick and make 1 no trump, which is 7 tricks. So let's give it a try. Remember that the king of clubs won up in the dummy hand, so they get to lead. So let's go ahead and lead. I'm going to say with the lowest because, look, 10, 9, 8, they're all still the same. Truthfully, I kind of want that ace to come out quickly because as soon as that ace comes out quickly, I know I have winners on the east. Like I said, we knew it was coming, and we knew we're not going to win this trick, so I might as well play my lowest card and let them win, and then let's see where they go. Most likely, they're going to change it from diamonds to another suit. As I expected, they moved it to another suit. So I have to follow suit, and since I know I don't have any spades, I don't want to give up these diamonds yet. I'm going to move to my lowest heart, and it's a throwaway. And they're going to keep going with all the other suits. Now they have more spades to give away. I don't have any more to give away. I'll throw away another heart, and I'll throw away another heart, and now they've moved to diamonds. Hooray for us, because we know we've got a winning diamond with the king, queen, jack. We might as well play our winning king, and we have to play jack there, and we've won it. We've made that contract 7, but we actually now get to keep going. So let's lead again with another queen. We have to keep following suit. Won that one. Let's go again. And they have to keep and go again. We won that one. Now we have only 1 card left. It's that jack, and I don't know if you've been remembering, but was there a higher? Yes. I don't know. This is where memorizing the cards was. There was that queen of clubs. So we're going to lose this, but it's okay because we made 9 tricks, more than the 7 we needed. That's no trump. So now let's talk about a trump suit. In the bidding of bridge, which you'll get to, you'll look at your hands and say, if I had to start a trump suit, what would my strongest suit be? And even though this is face up, my partner, in the bidding, you sort of get a sense of how they bid, of what they what suit they favor. So it's good that it's face up. And the truth is, I would hope that through the bidding, perhaps between myself and my partner, that we might come to the conclusion through the bidding that clubs is our strongest suit. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I have 7, 8. We have a total of 10 clubs between them. There's only 13 clubs in the deck. To have 10 clubs between us is pretty dang good. So I would hope that if we were going to be in a trump suit, we would be in a clubs. And now look at it. And let's say to ourselves again, how many can we win? Well, let's see. We have that ace of spades between us. That's a guaranteed winner. And we don't have the queen or the king, so these may be losers. So we can really only guarantee one there. Here we have an ace of hearts. Down here we have a king of hearts. So that's 2 winners if we play it correctly. So we're at a total of 3. Let's actually skip ahead to the diamond here. There's an ace of diamonds. There's actually no diamonds up here, but that's a guaranteed winner. 4. But now let's look here. We've got the ace, the king, the queen, the jack, the 10, the 9, the 8. I think all of these are going to win. I think any one we play will be a winner. I think we can win 10 tricks, at least. Let's go ahead, make this a 4-club contract. Remember, 4 plus 6 is 10. We have to make 10 tricks. Clubs is the trump suit, meaning any club will beat any other card. Even this 2 of clubs will beat the ace of hearts. The West robot started. It's now up to my dummy up in North's turn. He has to follow suit if he can. And looking at this, he's going to have the choice of either winning it with this ace, or if he doesn't, if I play it low, I'll still win it with the king. I'm going to choose to actually win it, I think, with the king. So therefore, I'll play the 2 low. And I'll win it with the king. Before I take my next move, let's see. I could go ahead and play this ace of diamonds, knowing that the ace of diamonds could win, but I'm not. Because the reason is if we get to a situation where the opponents don't have the suit I lead with, they're going to play, if they have a trump card, the trump card. My next step is going to be to get rid of the trump cards from my opponent. And since he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 10 trump cards, 10 clubs. And there's only 13 clubs in a deck, meaning between the West and the East, there's only 3 clubs. Now, most likely it's split 2 and 1, or 1 and 2. We don't know who's got 2, and we don't know who's got 1. It could be 3 and 0. But we know that the leading winning trick will always be the ace, and the second leading trick that'll win will always be the king, and we have both of them. So if it's split 2 to 1, and they have to follow suit, they're going to lose all their clubs, and then we know they can't trump us on any of these other things. And by the way, if it is 3 and 0, we also have a queen, which is the next one following the king, so that's going to win. And that'll take that 3rd card out if one of these East or West is really holding 3 instead of a 2-1 split. Does that make sense? So let's go ahead and knock out their trump cards. I might as well just start with my ace. Well, we expected that. I'll play a low, one of my low clubs. So we definitely know that it's not 3 and 0 because they each played clubs. Because I won, I'm going to go again. So what I'm going to do this time is, I know there's only one more club, either in the West or East hand. I'll play it low on my South, and I'll let my king win it. It doesn't matter. It will draw out the last club. Let's do it. So West didn't have the club. It means East had that last club. And there it is. We now know East and West has no more clubs. They have no more trump cards. So we can go ahead now and play all the other cards we want, knowing there's no other trump cards for us. So let's come back here. Let's start with the ace of hearts. We know we're going to win it. No one can trump it. And it's also an ace. So we'll play it low there. As you can see, I've moved away from my trump cards because, in a way now, they're sort of like my ammunition for later on. And now I don't have the other good hearts, so I might as well move on, and let's move on maybe to this ace of spades, and let's win it with the ace of spades. And I can take it low here. I won, so I get to go again here. And this is where a little bit of the strategy of how do you play both sides comes into place. I'd now like to maybe start playing this ace down here, but the last thing I did was I won with my north with this ace of spades, so the north is going to lead. If I lead with a trump card, I have to follow suit with a trump card. If I lead with this 2, well, I'm going to lose because I have to follow suit, and even if I played this jack, we have learned somebody has probably got that higher card than a jack. One thing I could do, though, and if you're interested in taking my course, we talk about, since we have hearts here, but we don't have hearts here, why don't we play a heart? Our east and west opponents will be forced to follow suit, but since we don't have a heart down here, we'll trump our own card and win it with the south. And once I win it with the south, I'll then be able to move on to this ace. So let's go ahead. We knew they were going to play hearts, but it doesn't matter. We're going to trump it. Oh, he doesn't even have any hearts. He's moved on to diamonds. Good to remember. He's out of hearts, but that doesn't really matter. So we've won it now in the bottom. So what are we going to do now? Well, let's go ahead and use that ace that I really wanted. And now we're up here. We don't have an ace to play, and I suppose we could trump our own card, but since we already know the ace is a winner, let's just throw away something else, shall we? Let's throw away maybe this 7. So now we've won that. And at this point, I think what we could start to do is cash in the rest of our trump cards and just continue to go with winners. By the way, we needed 10. We're already at 7. What I'm thinking we can do is sort of the same thing we just did. Since now we have diamonds on the bottom, but we have no diamonds on the top, and we know our opponents have to follow suit, and they don't have any trump cards, when I play this diamond, they'll follow suit, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to trump myself and guarantee a win. And now, honestly, we could just keep going. One again. One again. We're already at 11. We can finish up even though we're going to lose because we knew that the last few we had were losers, but it doesn't matter. And that's just cracking the surface of trump and no trump. And that's the end of this lesson here. Now, I'm going to keep making videos, and I encourage you to subscribe, and I hope you do. And I'm trying to give you as much value as I can in the game of bridge. And if you really want to kick it up and go to the next notch, in the comments and in the description is a link where you can learn more about how you can play one-on-one with me and deep dive into a full how to play bridge course made by me, and it will make you a confident bridge player. And if you want to just keep going to the 4th part on how to play bridge, that's great too. I'll see you in the next video.